Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. If you do enjoy today's content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And when you do, please remember to hit the notification bell so you get any notifications of any future content we upload. If you would like to support my page a little further, you can do via Ko-fi, where you can donate a little amount as you wish. This can be from as little as £1, and you can increase or decrease the amount you'd wish to donate to help me continue our work on the channel. And all the links will be in this description of this video. So without any further delay, let's go to today's video. Enjoy.
Brilliant.
Excellent, cool. So Reuben, just for those who don't know you, my friend, just introduce yourself and tell us your story, mate, really.
Yeah, so pretty much, I'm Reuben Lane, goalkeeper. Played at different levels of football throughout, my 18 years so far. I played, started off playing Saturday football with just my local team, Brook Adventurers, which was, just Christian League, Saturday football, just playing with mates from, primary school and high school. And then I went to Surlingham Tornadoes, which is the youth sort of club for Yelverton. Played there again with all my mates and that, and really enjoyed it. It was brilliant. We won the league, won the Spring Cup, and then got promoted, and played against teams that people who were in my age at like youth football, went to other schools, and you'd see it out and about. Like we all knew each other, so it was all good to play against them and whatever. And then I then joined Norwich United. Dan Goffin, who I've known for a while, he signed me from Surlingham, and I went there. But then at the same time, a load of players who I knew were going to United, who I've played with at youth level. I used to be at the PDC at Norwich, so I knew all of them from there, and that was really good. And that was the 2018-19 season I signed, and then obviously stayed there for another season, and just recently signed for Caister. So that's where we are today, really, mate.
Yeah, no, like I say, mate, absolutely all the best of luck to you, and all the best for your step from under 18 to senior football. And I have been speaking with the management and the chairman of Caister, so you will see me on the sideline with a camera, mate. You haven't got rid of me just yet, I'm afraid. So look forward to I will be seeing you in your senior action. But one other thing, mate. Of course, you also represented Norfolk County FA.
Yes, of course. That, to be fair, everything to do with county, like I've spoke to my mum and dad all the time. I rave about it. I've put it down to one of the best things I've personally ever done. And that might sound ridiculous because I sat on the bench for the first season, but it just was. It was amazing for me. I met so many brilliant people, not just in the first season, but in the second season where I was obviously playing. But yeah, just for me, playing for the county was just something I couldn't have ever thought about and dreamt about, because I kind of put it on a pedestal of you're playing for the whole of Norfolk, for the whole county.
Yep.
We go away to Newcastle, we go away to Leeds, and it would be a completely different environment, and you're there with all your mates, and you're just we're representing the county here. And you go on Twitter and you see Rob Butler tweeting about it. The final last year was in Rochdale, and that was on BBC Radio Norfolk, and you're just this is the real stuff now. Do you know what I'm saying?
I must admit, mate. I mean, I was never ever that sort of level. But I remember when I finished youth football, and I signed for DS Under 18s in goal many moons ago. But the first season, I was I was on the bench. But for me personally, I mean, I was itching to play, but I'm sure you found it as well in your first season with the Norfolk FA. Even though I was on the bench, it was probably one of the best things that could have happened to me, being a number two, because I learned so much about the level, the people, the club, myself, the training. It was actually probably the best thing for me to actually start as number two and not straight as number one, personally.
100%. I think I'd say that not just about county as well, but when I started playing at United, I wasn't getting regular under 18s football. Me and a guy called Alex, a really calm guy, great goalkeeper. We would like take it in turns to sort of play because Rod would like interchange us both because obviously I just come into the club. Alex had been at the club for a while, which was fine. But I'd learned so much of Alex as well that when I went into the 18s this year, I was like, okay, I kind of know my depth here, sort of thing. And same with Norfolk. I had the privilege to train with Connor Milligan, who's now at Sheringham. I think he signed for Sheringham recently. But that for me was unreal. Connor had such a massive part to play in terms of like where I am today with having played Norfolk for the last season, because I train with, this was last season, I trained with him. Elliot Pride was the goalkeeper coach at the time, and I just learned so much. Not necessarily keep the ball out the back of the net, but you're talking, how you operate with your back four, how you use your feet in the game. It was just, to me, that just I learned so much from being a number two, that if I was to recommend anything to like a goalkeeper who might be 14, 15, 16, looking to boost up into the under 18s at county level, is if you get offered to just go to a game, sit on the bench and learn, do. Because I can't express how much I personally learned from like Connor. And to be fair, like it never felt at county that I was the number two. It got to we all felt like both seasons, whether it be last season or the 18-19 season or the 19-20 season when I played, we all felt just so integrated and such personally I felt the team morale we've had both seasons has been second to none.
Obviously at Norfolk County FA, you was obviously a very tight-knit group, and obviously, I'm guessing the way you're talking, it was not just the social side and having the pride of playing for Norfolk. It was just the whole package, then, mate, basically.
100%, mate. I couldn't recommend county enough. Like I said, I think it's one of the best things I've had the privilege to do, because not everyone gets to play for your county and that. But yeah, mate, I won't stop talking about it. Do you know what I mean? People behind the scenes. We had Kate Dixon, Gav Lemon, obviously Camo, who's now the goalkeeper coach at United. Like, he helped me massively last season, because of course I came off the back of sitting on the bench for Norfolk, and our first game was January this year. We went up north to Newcastle to play Northumberland, and I won't lie, mate, it was the most nervous I've ever been for a football match, because I had the back of I've been sitting on the bench all this time, and now I'm actually here. I sat in a hotel just after dinner. I literally said to Camo, and the sub this year was Ollie Roberts. So Camo just spoke to us two as a goalkeeper unit, and I had to say, Camo, mate, I'm so nervous for this game. I'm not. He was like, what? What would you mean you're nervous? I was like, mate, it's just because it's all built up for this sort of thing.
Yeah. So what age, Reuben, did Norfolk County make contact with you, and what age did you personally start with Norfolk?
I must have been 16 at the time, and I didn't think that I had any shot. I went to the trials because that was just off the back of me playing for Norwich United, for only a couple of games really, because like I said, me and Alex interchanged and took every game as it came. So yeah, I got the email through. It was like, Reuben, we want you to come to the trials. I was like, yeah, I'll go. I'll show my face. I probably haven't got a chance because there was goalkeepers there who are probably they're unreal goalkeepers. Like one of my good friends, I don't know if you know, but Josh Burford was there. he went to Desert, and he's played, like, I've played with Sunday League with that guy, and we've done PDC and everything together. And it's like, well, I know Josh is a great keeper. He's a great mate of mine. And, you know, like, if he gets in over me, then I wouldn't see a problem with that, because, you know, sometimes that's just how it is. But yeah, got the email back after the trial, and it was like, oh yeah, you're in. And I was kind of like, what? I'm in. Like, I didn't expect, like, and for me, mate, I'm not, you know, I'm not the BSC. I'm not as tall as anything. Like, so for me to get in that sort of team, I was kind of like, what? And then obviously I spoke to Gav, and he was like, yeah, Connor's going to be the number one, but I want you to come for experience. And for me, it was just like, you know, you travel down to, like I say, Newcastle, went down to Brighton to play Sussex. We won 1-0 away. My friend Dagan Watts scored in the first half, and then it was just park the bus, and Connor made some worldy saves. And at the end of the day, we won 1-0, and I ran straight to him. And it was that sort of thing. It was just like, this ain't just, you know, I want to be number one because I'm number two sitting on the bench. I didn't have a care in the world, mate. We won the game. And I'd sat on the bench the whole time, but I didn't have a care in the world, mate.
I think I got you guys on film against Cambridgeshire County, I think, at the FDC.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure you was there.
Yeah, the games I've been involved in at the FDC, we played Isle of Man. I sat on the bench. It might have been that one. That was like November 2018. We won 3-1. And then most recently, the semi-final against Essex, which was one of the best days of my life, mate.
I was about to say, you pretty much just answered it. I was going to say, I'm guessing you're going to say that's your best county moment and the most memorable.
The semi-final against Essex?
Yeah.
I honestly, mate, I can't really describe it, if that makes sense. I can't really put it into words how that made me feel that day, because it was a weird one, because we'd all had college beforehand. It was a Friday night. We'd all had college beforehand, and we went in early, and we just sat as a team in one of the side rooms at the FTC, had beans on toast, and we were just no thought was about football. We were just chatting as mates, and like I say, because we all know each other throughout the ranks, whether it's PDC, whether it's Sunday League, whether, you know, we played with each other at United, Wroxham, whatever club you like. We were just chatting on a level, no football, not even thinking about the game. And, you know, go out, have a look at the pitch. And I think we saw that Essex had absolutely battered a team beforehand. And, you know, I think that kind of put a bit of a mindset on us that we were like, these will be good, but, you know, we'll give our all. Well, this is certainly what I had. Like, these will be good. I'll watch me play before she emigrated to Australia. So that was really, really special for me personally. My sister was there, my dad, you know, my mum, everyone was there, my mates. So, pardon me, yeah, it was unreal, mate. And I can't really, after the game, it's just really a blur. I can't really put it into words, but it was just, yeah, one of them days. And yeah, it's up there for me. It's up there.
Of course, obviously from Norfolk County FA, you then put on the home goalkeeper shirt of Norwich United, and that's where you sort of went next, mate, I assume.
At United?
Yeah.
Yeah, my time at United was brilliant. I loved it, whether it be, you know, we used to train at Open Tuesday nights. That was brilliant. And obviously you came to the games, mate. You know what I'm like on the pitch. You know, I might not come across as the most, like, happy as Larry, you know, when I'm saying to the referee, excuse me, mate, he might have been offside. Not in them exact words, but, you know.
Well, to be fair, mate, end of the day, for an hour and a half, you had a job to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was important to me, to be fair. Not necessarily, you know, being, you know, getting everything right as a goalkeeper. Like, distribution had to be this. I had to keep the ball out. No, I had to do this. I had to do. It was more like, I want to do this for the people in and around the club. Like, to me, someone I was really good mates with, I'd like to say really good mates with Cedric at the time, the first team manager. because he knew a couple of my friends, and I always used to go speak with him quite a lot. Norman came to our games, and I'd always have a chat with him, like yourself. When you came to the games, whether I'd be doing my warm up, I go, "Oh, hi, Shaun, how are things?" Obviously, Daryl came to a couple of games. It was always good to see him. And for me, what my big driving force behind like United and wanting to win games was mostly for Alex, the goalkeeper coach who you spoke to the other day. Because Alex came last season. The season just, well, you know what I mean, the season just done. And me and Alex were so close. And, well, I'd like to say we had a really good, like, team, like a bond for goalkeeping. And, yeah, it was just really good. And Alex would come. Don't get me wrong, if I did something wrong in a game, Alex would go, like, "You done this wrong." I'd be like, "Yeah, I know I did it wrong." And I improved. But, yeah, he just gave me that sense of freedom that, you know what, if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter. Which to me was really, really important because, I'm my worst enemy, mate. I'm the architect of my own downfall. Once I turn in here, especially you speak to a lot of goalkeepers, goalkeeping is becoming a lot more up here than it is, I believe.
I was going to say, goalkeepers now seem to be more of a sweeper more than a goalkeeper.
The position's changed, mate. The position's changed. You look at when Guardiola came into Man City, first thing he did was kick Joe Hart out of the team. So why'd you kick Joe Hart out of the team? England's number one at the time, but he can't play with his feet, And then you look at his career, it's gone.
Funny you say that. I remember the bit when it was all talking, when Joe Hart was dropped, it was like bloody hell, wasn't it? But you can see why, and fair play to him.
Yeah. So Alex gave me that sense of freedom, and that just to do your thing, mate. Do your thing. For me, that was really important. But all the people at the club, like I said, people behind the scenes, and the people in the team as well. I was with a bunch of class lads. They were class, and I wouldn't necessarily have known them before. Like one of my best mates now, Ryan Bailey. I didn't know him before I played for United. Now he's one of my best pals, and especially a few of the other players in the team. Like we had Jaden out wide, James Fish, Danny Loftus when they were at the club. They were two really good mates of mine. So yeah, Tom Peck as well, who's now gone off to uni. Like me and Pecky we knew each other beforehand, but yeah, it was a really, really good vibe, and I really enjoyed playing for United.
Yeah, to be fair, Alex was saying that Tom's gone off to uni, unfortunately, but best of luck to him and all the lads. But to be fair, mate, I always was obviously at games a little bit early to get set up, and even before I got there, 9 times out of 10, you and Alex were always the first ones out and already were in training before anybody else, to be fair to everybody else.
That was, pre-match is really important to me. I like to get out early. I like to get out nice and sharp, and I like to do my bit because, like I said, yes, Alex gave me that freedom to, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake, realistically. But I thought if I get out early, get everything out my system in the warm-up, then come game time, I'm on it. And, there's something, you know me on a level, mate, like, once I cross that line to, everything blocks out, all about the team, and all about getting that result for me.
So can you remember who your first game was against for Norwich United when you pulled on that shirt for the first time?
My first game, I think I can. Yeah. Well, my first couple of games, in fact. The first game was against Galston at home.
Okay.
And I started... It was against Galston at home, 2018, and mate, I had an absolute stinker. I had an absolute stinker, mate. I remember they had a free kick at about just shy of the halfway line, I'd say about 25 yards, floated into the box, came right out for it. Keepers absolutely flapped at it, and it went at the back of the net. And for me, mate, I remember that moment so vividly. Face down on the grass, I could hear, "Yeah, come on," and I was actually like, oh my God, it could not have gotten off the worst. Yeah, so yeah, that was my first game, and then we played Waveney at home, and this is when me and Alex used to interchange or whatever, and we were trying to find our strongest squad at the time. So I played half in goal, and it was, what was it? I think it was 2-2 or 3-2 at half time. And then Alex went in goal for the second half. But then we were a man down because we only had so many players. So Rod was saying to me, he was like, "Oh, I'm short of a striker. I was like, well, I'll go up top." So I spent the whole half up top. And that was my first couple of games. We won 3-2. But that was my last little bit of outfield experience. I haven't been there since. But yeah, mate, they were my first games. So I didn't really get off to the best of starts. But, we're here today. So, yeah.
So, have you got any memorable cup runs you had in the under-18s with Norwich United you can think of? Or
I have memorable games for sure. Like, plenty of memorable games. Like this year, like, for me personally, we played Bungay away, and it might not be, the most talked about game that everyone goes on about, but we won 2-1, and they were like quite far down the bottom of the league, and we were, I think at the time, we were unbeaten, and we were looking to get, first or second place at the time, and we won 2-1, but saved a penalty. I thought I had quite a good game. The pitch was absolutely atrocious. Like you had absolute clompers on your boots of mud. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, it's funny you say that, mate. I was talking to Alex about it. I mean, obviously the league didn't lie. I mean, it was between. At the end, it was Yarmouth and Dis, really, wasn't it? The
100%.
The top spot. And then, but having said that, I said to Alex, when I was watching you guys early in the season, to be fair, I said to Alex, you boys were keeping pace with Yarmouth and Dis, but you just you had so many call-offs and everything. You guys just lost your momentum, which wasn't your fault at the end of the day, because I think you and one other played the least amount of games in that league compared to everybody else.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it got to a point where games were getting called off like every week because waterlogged pitch and whatever, and then we were kind of looking at it like, yeah, we've got games in hand, that's good, but like you ask certain members of the team, and you ask myself, like personally, I prefer to have points in the bag than games in hand, because you get to a stage where we are now, mate, where we've just had a pandemic and the season's done, and we're sat in 6th or 5th, like still got like games in hand, and they're not ever going to get played now. So yeah, it was good. Like, yeah, last season as a team for the 18s, we got off to an absolute flyer. Like we drew to Yarmouth. Arguably, we should have won. But drew to Yarmouth. We beat Galston in the cup 2-0. And then we, beat teams like Beccles and Kirkley and Pakefield. And I said Bungay. And then we just hit a point where we lost a couple of games. We lost a couple of players that we were kind of like, oh right, okay. Like it was just a bit of a dip. And then obviously, small matter of a global pandemic came across. So
yeah,
but it was annoying. It was really annoying because, like you say, between Yarmouth and Dis, we went to Dis and we were 2-0 down with about like 5 minutes or something to go. And I think you were at the game.
I was. I was there.
We got it back to 2-2, and that was kind of like, these are a good team, and to have that, camaraderie and determination to not go, all right, we're 2-0 down. A lot of teams will roll over them. 5 minutes to go, what's going to happen? All of a sudden, we hit one, and it's like, get that ball, we're going again. And then you get the other, and yeah, mate, brilliant. And yeah, but for me, last season, I really enjoyed it. Not, obviously the table don't lie, but yeah, for me, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing with the players I did. I enjoyed the vibe of the club. I enjoyed the team, the management, and the people behind the scenes, mate. It was class. I really enjoyed it.
I was going to say, Matt. Unfortunately, obviously, life carries on. Football moves on. I spoke to Alex about it, and I was speaking to Daryl previously. Obviously, there was for them as a club secretary and as one of the coaches. Obviously it feels like a lot of unfinished business, but unfortunately, football just moved on, and you are where you are now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had this thought the other week, obviously, when I signed for Caister, I was like, my last game for Norwich United would have been a 3-1 loss to Wroxham. And,
That's what I mean. You must feel there's a lot of unfinished business that you don't
yeah,
now.
yeah, just it is annoying. But, like you say, football happens, life happens, and, we could have never predicted the predicament that, what happened, and, but just got to go with the flow, I guess.
You have indeed. And speaking of going with the flow, obviously you're now with your first senior club. You signed for Caister. You're not on the bench. You are the new number one. I'm guessing there's a little bit of excitement and pressure with that sort of title to your name.
Yeah. I think you can say that. A young keeper like myself going straight into adults football, I'm sure some team will hear about that and be like, first 5 minutes of a friendly, put one on his nose and absolutely clatter him. But that's what situation I put myself in. I had a few offers come in, coming up to next season, whenever next season will start, I guess quite soon, because friendlies are getting played at the start of next month. So I had a few offers coming through, but obviously Graham Lewis from Caister messaged me. He called me on a personal level. Called me on a personal level and was just like, he told me what I really wanted to hear, which was, for me, he said, "Listen, I'm going to keep things straight with you. We want you and only you to be our number one. You'll get game time, and for me, you're my number one target." And for me, that's what I needed to hear, because, staying at United, I didn't know whether I'd be playing on 23s. I didn't know whether I'd be playing in the first team. I didn't know whether I'd be sitting on the bench. So for someone to come to me and to be like, "We want you as our number one. I rate you as a goalkeeper. I really want you to be involved in our team," that completely sold it to me. And I went to training with them. The lads there are class. Like, no matter whether they know you or do know you, you're straight in like that. And, it's a brilliant setup. I really enjoy it. Obviously, Buzz is there. Paul, who's the goalkeeper coach, and met them on the first day. I remember it was a really hot day, and we were doing the outfielders doing fitness, and the goalkeepers, we were doing like movement in a triangle and a square. And I was like, man, I can't lie, I was blowing. I was like, whew, it's been a long hot day. But spoke to them. They knew of me, and just to hear that, "We want you, and you're our number one," was something I needed to hear, and that kind of really sealed the deal for me.
Well, I was going to say, with all respect to the other two clubs, what was it about Caister that sold it to you? And you've just pretty much just smashed that answer out of the water and nailed it, basically. But as far as Caister as a club go, I find it extremely friendly, everything else, and I get on really well with them all. I'm always welcome to film, everything else, like you say. It's always very friendly. But with all respect to Caister, they've been doing a lot of work off the pitch as well. For example, you've got a nice new paint and changing rooms, I see.
Yes, mate. That came through on the group chat yesterday. Pictures of that, and it's unreal, mate. I remember Graham showing me that just before I signed. He was like, "We get this all sorted. We're going to get you a new kit. We're going to get floodlights done here so we can train at night." And the whole, like I said about United, one thing I really liked was the whole sort of vibe of the club, the people behind the scenes, and obviously the team on the pitch. For me, Caister ticks all them boxes. The vibe off the pitch, the people who I'm playing with, the people behind the scenes. It's brilliant to see, and something that might go unnoticed if you just rock up to play on a Saturday or a Thursday or wherever you do play. You don't really notice the little things like, is the dressing room clean? Has it got mud from last game? Is the kit washed? Them small little things, and the people who do them small little things, for me is why we all play football, to play for them and to really, in a way, say thanks for, because me, I dive around like an absolute lunatic in goal, and I come out.
You could put it that way, yeah.
Yeah. I come out, end of 90 minutes, mate. It looks like I'm being in Shrek's swamp. So
yeah, I was going to say, I think you had a green kit. I think at United, and it weren't very green at the end, I must say. If I
no, mate, no, it definitely got his wearing, mate.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. I mean, obviously, Caister have got their targets as a team. Obviously they want to do the league and with cup runs, etc. So really, mate, to be fair, it's a big, exciting year for you, really. I mean,
I'm buzzing, mate.
It's going to be a big season for you, and enjoy the experience, I suppose, is the message from the team, really.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate. I can't wait to get going. Like Graham said, when he was like, "You're my number one. I want you to play first team." The next thing he said is, "Our aim is to get promotion." And for me, hearing that, it might be a bit like, "Oh God, promotion!" Just going straight into it. But it's brilliant that we have them targets. It's brilliant that we have that like implemented into the team, like straight from minute dot promotion. Like that is our aim. Cup runs. That is our aim. We're not going to be messing about now. This is what we're doing, and this is what get it into you now, because it's a big season ahead. And like I said, mate, I can't wait to get going. First taste of adults football, and we'll just we'll see how it goes, mate.
Well, to be fair, mate, like you say, you're now going to be playing in the for me the biggest cup comp in Norfolk, the Norfolk Senior Cup now, and things like that, and you've got the chance to play obviously the final at Carrow Road and bits and pieces. That's obviously a huge incentive. There's so much to aim for personally and as a club now.
Yeah, there's brilliant targets to aim for, mate. There's brilliant goals to go and get. So, yeah, and like I said, the team, like at the minute, like I've only been there a few weeks, but I can already see that it's some special team, and hopefully we can go far in all competitions. Yeah.
No, good stuff. So, just to remind you, who some of your friendlies are against? I know I've got them written down somewhere, but I can't think top of my head.
First game for me is Bungay away on the 4th, and then I think we're playing Long Stratton, I believe. But they're the only two I can do because I think I'm going up north to see my family at the end of August. But yeah, Bungay and Long Stratton are the two ones I've got my head on. I'm like, be ready for them sort of thing. Even though it's a friendly, be ready for them.
Well, to be fair, mate, even in lockdown and bits and pieces, I mean, obviously adjusted to life how they wanted to, but there was plenty of things on social media of you still training personally.
Yeah, I mean that's something I love to do really. I'm lucky enough to just have a pitch down my road in Brook, and it has a massive net behind the goal, so that saves us going running about and that. But no, me and my mates have always really done that since I can remember really. Mates from other clubs, mates from United, mates who I've grown up with, like my mate Harry Liggins, Ozzy Sykes, Harry Woodhouse. I've grown up with these people throughout my life, and just to go training with them down the park, it's class, because I can be like, one day we can be like, yeah, we're going to chill, yeah, we're going to relax. Other day it's like, well, I want to do an actual session, I want to focus on this, and just set up the tripod, see what we get, and yeah, the videos are the videos.
Well, to be fair, mate, it always seemed to get plenty of hits on, be it Twitter or Facebook or wherever you put stuff, and I know personally, it caught. I know personally, there's one or two managers that your attitude doing that and your perseverance and your willingness caught the eye of one or two managers who were very impressed to see, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I'm really keen on doing, because for me, when I come match day, I want to be completely ready, whether that's any superstitions done, my boots are clean, my gloves are clean, I'm ready to go. And that's why I like to get out early with Alex, really, to make sure everything is ready. And for me, just knowing that, I've done my little bit of, whether that be going down the park on a rainy Monday evening to just maybe work on crosses, work on distribution, work on shot stopping, whatever it be, at least I know, I've done that, I'm prepared, I'm ready. That's really important to me. So yeah. It's something I really enjoy doing, something that I can just do any day. It's just down the road, thank God. So
yeah, well, like you say, and just touching on quickly about going straight into adult football, and like you say, people will start testing you early doors on bits and pieces. They're going to have to test you to a high level because they're going to know you from Norwich United, and the people are going to know that you represent Norfolk County. So really, you've got so much experience you can bring to the game that is going to make people think twice about their approach to basically attacking Caister, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's, like you say, putting things out on the internet, like videos and hard work and that, obviously that attracts attention, not always for the right reasons. So a club might look at that and be like, oh, he's weak in the air, he's weak on his left, or pick out little nits and bobbles that they might think not necessarily are true. But yeah, there is that danger of like, okay, this is how he plays, we can get a perfect eye for it. But yeah, like I said, people will see it, and but that's the risk I'm willing to take with it, to be fair.
No, like I say, fair play to you, mate. Like I say, I mean, for me, not just saying it because you're in front of me on a computer screen, but of all the goalkeepers in that Thurlow under 18 league, I mean this with the kindness on my heart, because I was the same when I used to play in goal. For 90 minutes, you wouldn't shut up, and that's what that's what the 10 players need from a goalkeeper. Someone to actually take the scruff of the neck and actually help players, guide players, etc. And I'm guessing we can see that from yourself in a Caister shirt now.
100%, mate. I mean, Pecky and Fishy will probably tell you something else about me not shutting up. They would be like, oh my God, would he just shut his mouth one time? Like, for me, mate, I've always been like that, I think it's just something with my personality as well. I'm a chatty person. I don't usually shut up. So, yeah, just on a football pitch, whether it just be, left, right shoulders, actual information that they need to know, or, they pull off a good pass, they do a good tackle, then it's really well done. Like, you saved us a big opportunity there. For me, it helps me keep my concentration. There's been a few games where, you're 3-4-0 up, about half an hour to go, and the team just kind of goes, this game's won, game's won, easy. But all it takes is one goal and they get back in it. So if I talk and it'll go like, prevent an opportunity from happening, and I tell this at work, because I coach goalkeeping as well, I tell it to the kids, I'm like, if you can prevent an opportunity from happening by talking to your defenders and it actually happening, you're helping yourself out a lot more than the team, because you're not having to do anything. And if you don't have to do anything, there's less of a chance there's going to be a goal. So, yeah, talking it's really important to me. And you speak to a lot of goalkeepers, and I think it's, we get quite lonely at the back. So just a bit of chat here and there can help us keep our concentration, but also helps us keep in the game.
So speaking of concentration bits and pieces, mate, just touching on yourself now that you're training with Caister and everything, have you noticed much of a difference in training from under 18 level to a senior level? I mean, obviously, part of the fitness levels, I'm guessing, is a different ball game altogether. But have you noticed the step up, or is it sort of a little bit as you were really?
At the start, I kind of went into it like, because the 18s training was all I experienced, and the training at United was, very, very, it was very good. But it was very like 18s level, and I understand, because that's what I was playing. When I trained with Norfolk as well, that was, I think, if I had Caister here and United training here, Norfolk would kind of be here, because a lot of people were watching. It was a step up, and obviously you're playing for your county. So I kind of went in with the idea and thought process that it's going to be like county here. I'm going to have to work my ass off, to be fair, even in just training. So yeah, there is a step up. The caliber, obviously, it's adults football now. Players aren't going to try and finesse it. They decide we'll chip you. You're going to get one absolutely rammed down from 25 yards, and even if I see it dead on, I've got a perfect view of it, that ball can go like that, and I'll have to set off or something. So I think, yeah, it's adults football. There's no nits and buts now. This is the real thing. So, and that's down for me to step up. So
I was going to say, mate, and hopefully you'll have plenty of enjoyable years coming up with Caister, and who knows what the future holds for you, mate, really.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm really excited. As you said, it's a great setup there, great people, and I can't wait to get going.
Excellent. So just finishing on then, mate, and I'm sure I know what you're going to say because you touched on it. You touched on, obviously, you guys are after promotion in the league. So what would be your personal message from you and as do you feel as the club for the rest of the league before the start of the season? I mean, I know obviously you guys want promotion. I'm guessing that's probably that's the main sort of message from the club, really.
Yeah, I think we've got our eyes on promotion. We've got our eyes on the cup run, any competition, and opportunity we have to succeed and progress in anything. That's what our aim is. But yeah, just I think more than anything, enjoy it. New challenge, a new opportunity from not just myself personally, but the club. Just get out there, enjoy it. Win or learn. That's what I saw that the other day. Win or learn. So yeah, even if, like you say, first game for United, I go in, drop an absolute clanger. We lost, but at least I know now. Win or learn. You always learn from something, and so keep an eye on us and enjoy it.
Nice one, mate. Well, like I say, I will definitely see you down at Caister and
Sweet,
around no doubt, and I'll soon let you know if I've got the slow motion of you dropping a clanger. Put it that way.
I mean, sweet, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna say, you're running. You're going on a tightrope. You come and watch our games. I can't catch a cold to save my life, mate. So.
I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine, bud.
Sweet, mate. No, thanks a lot. Cheers for having me. Thank you.
And you.